This is breakup advice I wish I could tell my younger self. Breakups are low-key underrated. They clear your vision. The same breakups that I used to sob over,
Welcome back to The Dating View. In today's video, men and women talk about what to do after a breakup, how to process the emotions, heal in a healthy way, and move forward without losing yourself. They share personal experiences, lessons learned, and advice on rebuilding confidence, setting boundaries, and finding clarity after a relationship ends. These are honest conversations about growth, reflection, and learning how to start again. If you enjoy videos about relationships and personal healing, make sure to like the video and subscribe.
If you are currently going through a breakup, stop scrolling. I have some breakup advice for you that I never received that I wish I had. These are in no particular order, but number one, the mornings and the nights make everything feel more heavy and sad and scary and lonely. Do not make any decisions during those times. That includes breaking no contact, deleting photos, anything like that. Number two, unfollowing or blocking them won't stop you from checking their social medias. Mute their posts and teach yourself self-discipline. That one is a tough one, I know. Number three, don't delete the photos from your camera roll. They are your memories. Don't erase months or years of your life just because someone hurt you. Those are your memories. Keep them. Number four, you don't need their closure to have closure. Period. Number five, never take action out of spite. Don't hook up with people because you assume they are. Don't start dating someone new because they start dating someone. It's not a competition to see who can break whose heart more. Number six was a hard one for me. You don't need to tell them you forgive them in order to forgive them. Forgive them within yourself and move forward. Number seven, believe it or not, there will be a last time that you cry over them. You'll look back and you'll realize you got over it without even realizing. Number eight, time seems to go by slower when you're grieving. And yes, you are grieving. Don't be discouraged if you feel like every day feels endless. Time will speed up again. The slowness is temporary. Number nine, relationships fail. It's life. No, it's not your fault. No, you couldn't have or shouldn't have done anything different. There doesn't have to be a how and a why and a when. It just is. Let that be. And number 10, when you miss them, attend to yourself. Miss them, make your favorite meal. Miss them, watch a movie with a friend. Miss them, journal about it. Miss them, read a book. I know all these things are way easier said than done, but remember, this is your breakup, so take care of yourself. They're not your problem anymore. You're fine. Trust me, you're fine.
Because when somebody leaves that you love, you think you're unlovable. You actually think you're never going to find it again. Mm-hmm. You hate yourself. That's why most of the advice about this is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Go love yourself? How the hell am I going to go love myself when the person I love more than anything just left me? Mm-hmm. I hate myself. I despise myself. I am terrified of the day that they're going to meet somebody.
Yeah.
I'm never going to find that again. I'm never going to have sex like that again. I'm not like, you hate yourself. And so telling somebody to just go on a revenge diet or you gotta love yourself, it's horrible. Instead, I want you to face reality. They left, let them. And then let me grieve and follow my therapist, Ann Davin's advice. You have to do a 30-day detox. And if you are somebody that's been holding on to somebody that left a year ago, I guarantee you, you have not gone 30 days without listening to a voice memo or looking at a photo. You are keeping them alive, which is keeping you trapped in something that's dead. And your inability to let them go and let them leave, and then let me accept reality and start moving forward and let me believe that the person that I am meant to meet, they are in the future. They're not in my past. And by the way, even if you kind of hold out secretly hope, it might be the person from the past. It might be. But they're not the version from back there.
And neither are you.
And neither are you. And so you have to, again, come back to where the power is. It's not in getting them back. It's not in making them jealous. Because if you focus on making that person jealous or blah, 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 where are you putting your power?
Them.
And something you can't control. Mm-hmm. You have to put your power here. And the reason why I love the 30-day rule and the 11-week mark is because it's the truth. This is going to suck. The only way to get over someone and to go through heartbreak is to go through it. There's no avoiding it. There's only delaying it.
And we delay it.
Mm-hmm. Because we don't want to accept people as they are.
Yeah.
When somebody breaks up and leaves or cheats on you, they have just revealed who they are.
For sure.
And your inability to accept it, instead of explaining it away and living in a fantasy up here, that's what's keeping you from having and creating the love you actually deserve and want in your life.
If you're going through a breakup right now, I'm going to tell you everything you need to hear. First of all, you're not crazy. You're not dramatic. You're not too much. You loved someone the way you knew how to love someone. And that alone is something to be proud of. Second, the pain you feel right now is absolutely temporary. I know it might not feel like that in like this exact moment. Like I know it generally feels like it's permanent, like it's never going to get better. But I promise you one day you're going to wake up with that heavy feeling in your chest absolutely gone. Because breakups don't break you, they just transform you. And you did not lose the love of your life. You lost someone who didn't know how to love you the way you deserve to be loved. And that's not a loss, that's protection. Stop romanticizing the good moments. Stop looking at your relationship with rose-colored glasses. If it was really meant for you, it would have stayed. Love that's right for you doesn't leave. It doesn't make you fight for the bare minimum, and it doesn't make you question your worth. You are not starting from zero, you're starting from experience. Everything you learned from this relationship is going to make you a stronger, clearer version of you. And the version of you that comes after this is super amazing. Not only is she a baddie, but she is confident, she knows what she wants, and she's healed in ways that you haven't even discovered yet. You don't need them back, you just need you back. Take your time, cry if you need to, block them if you have to. Heal however you need to, because there's no right or wrong way to heal. Trust me, one day someone is going to treat you exactly the way you want to be treated. And you're going to look back at this and you're going to be so grateful that it ended. I love you girls always, and my DMs are always open. Bye guys.
I want to know the one thing that actually helps you heal faster after a breakup. And no, it's not staying busy or pretending that you're fine. If you're stuck after a breakup, you keep telling yourself, I should be over this by now, but you're not. Listen closely. I'm Melissa DeVaris Thompson. I'm a licensed couples therapist, and this is something people get completely wrong about healing. Here's the truth. You do not heal faster by pushing pain away. You heal faster by letting it move through you. Most people try to skip the grief. They distract, they jump into another relationship, they stay busy, they numb out, they eat their feelings, they drink their feelings. But grief does not disappear because you ignore it. It waits. One of the most powerful things you can do after heartbreak is give your feelings somewhere to land. That might look like journaling, not like pretty journaling, like honest journaling, writing the things you never got to say, admitting what you miss, and also naming what hurt. It could also look like committing to yourself in some way to better yourself, whether that's working out again or starting therapy. Healing is not about erasing the relationship. It's about integrating it so it does not control you anymore. And here's the part people do not expect. When you actually let yourself feel it, the sadness, the longing, the anger, it moves faster. You start to feel lighter, clearer, more like yourself again. Not because the relationship did not matter, but because you stopped fighting your own heart. And if you're healing from a breakup right now, tell me one thing that has helped you cope or one thing that you're still struggling with. Follow along for more real, grounded relationship healing.
3 things you should do right after a breakup. She's gone, now what? Here's how to boss up while she's watching. Now y'all save this video just in case you need it later. Starting with number 1, silence and distance. No contact equals power move. No matter how bad you want to hit her up and tell her you miss her, you messed up, don't do it, twin. Silence is everything. Females love when a nigga chases them. Even if the nigga know he dead wrong. You gotta be different, my nigga. Make her chase you. And it's already a slim chance y'all not gonna get back together anyway, depending on whatever happened, bro. So just focus on yourself. Now, number 2, get in the gym. You gotta turn that pain into fuel. Now, I know it's way easier to post some sad Rod Wave shit on your Instagram, talking about how sad you is, but we not doing that, bro. Get in the gym, bro. Make sure your mental is right, bro. That's gonna keep you not thinking about her. You lock in with yourself, you're not gonna be worried about her no more. You gonna boss up and she might come running back. When she see you been in that gym really grinding, yeah. Females love that shit. She don't want no puppy. She want a big dog. Now, number 3, post wins and not sadness. You gotta let her wonder and not feel bad for you. Cause 9 times out of 10, bro, she's watching your page from a spam account. If you wanna know if somebody's watching or stalking your page, hit that share button, press Instagram direct, and if she's on that list, she's been stalking you. I'm putting y'all on. Hit that follow button for more advice like this.
I'll take it over. over someone and how to start viewing this breakup as the best thing that could have ever happened to you. And this is coming from someone who has had their heart broken multiple times. So I created a foolproof way on how to get through a breakup, how to get over someone, not go back, and come out of it 10 times sexier. First step is accepting that it's done. I know that this is hard and you want to know why this person broke your heart. If there was anything that you could have done differently, you guys wouldn't have ended if you could have done this. Know, my love, that there's nothing that you can do to be enough for a person that you are not meant to be with. And if you could lose them, you are not meant to be with them. And now you're one step closer to the person who you are meant to be with. And I need you to understand and see that. Once you've accepted that, there are going to be a lot of feelings that come with it. And I want you to let yourself feel every single thing as intensely as you possibly can. I used to be like, oh no, I'm not going to be sad because that's going to mean that this person is winning, No, they already lost because they lost you, and you already won because you got away. So allow yourself to be human and feel the normal feelings that come with any type of loss. Cry, scream right now if you can. Sing sad music. When I'm going through a breakup, people be thinking that I'm crazy because I will literally be driving and screaming at the top of my lungs just to let out as much aggression as I can. And then you're gonna journal how you feel. Write down exactly how you feel and just let it all out. Bottling all your emotions up is just gonna prolong the hurt. The third step is, while you're sad and while you're angry, you are going to write out every single bad thing that this person is making you feel. You're gonna write down everything you don't like about them, all the arguments, all the fights, all the times that they made you feel insecure or worthless. And if you can't remember, ask your friends, because I promise you they'll remember. Stop romanticizing it and saying, oh yeah, but I remember when he smiled at me, or I remember when she was touching me. No, don't remember those good moments. Honestly, just leave them in the past. Only write down the moments where he gave you the ick. Write down the moments where you didn't like something that they did. And when you revisit that list and when you read through that list, you're gonna see that you're worthy of so much more. And that is step 4. Once you've felt everything, once you've stopped romanticizing it, you are going to pour all of that love that you were giving to that person into yourself. You can have that much love for the wrong person. Just imagine how much love you're gonna have for the right person and how much love you can have for yourself. Okay, all the things that you were doing for that person, start doing it for yourself. You were waking up every single morning and tending to that person, texting that person, asking them how they slept. No, ask yourself how you slept. I don't care. Ask yourself, what can I do for me today? Go into the mirror, start doing mirror work, telling yourself how much you love you. Write down all your goals. You are so much more worthy than they are of that love that you were giving them. That amazing love. You have so much love to give, so give it to yourself. Start leveling up mentally and physically. Start going to the gym. Start doing whatever that you need to do in order to become your best self. That's why you gave yourself that time, because now I don't want you to think about them. There's money to be made. You don't have $100,000 in your bank account. You're over here being sad over a man. Go chase a bag. You have dreams that you want to fulfill, and you lost sight of those when you were in that relationship, so go and chase them. And now this is the step that you don't want to hear, but if you truly want to forget about someone, you have to cut contact with them. And I know that this is hard, but this is truly the key to getting over someone. Don't reach out to them and say, oh yeah, but I just need closure, or oh yeah, I just want to tell them that I'm over them. Or don't have them on social media because you want to show them that you're doing better than them, because that is still giving them power over you. You're going to post a picture and every single time you're going to be looking for their view. No, they don't deserve any space in your mind anymore. Leave it alone. Delete the number, delete the text thread, delete all the pictures. I know sometimes we want to keep the pictures because we want to be like, okay, but I want to have the memories. No girl, F the memories. Like, who cares? Leave it alone. Cut all contact with this person and just delete any trace of them. If you have something of theirs, depending on how they did you, either burn it or throw it out. Like, it doesn't matter. And the last and final step is just knowing that it gets better. I promise you it gets better. If you have the mindset of, oh no, I'm never gonna move on, I'm just always gonna be in love with this person, and that's how it's gonna be. You have to know and recognize that it hurts right now, but you are not always gonna feel like this. No feeling lasts forever. You are destined for some amazing and great things, and not everybody can come with you where you're going. Sometimes God reveals certain things to us so that we can cut those people off to get to where we need to go. So you're one step closer to your dream life, and you're also one step closer to the person who you're meant to be with. So I know it's hard right now, and I know that it feels like it's the end of the world, but know that this is the start of something so beautiful. Also, don't underestimate how fun it is to be single, especially when you're young and sexy like us. You got this, and I'll see you in 2 months when you're over them, okay? I love you. Bye.
let's talk through some science-backed breakup tips that will actually help you heal. A little bit of background, I got out of a toxic relationship that I was in for 2 years. I healed in a couple weeks because I did it the right way using science. And now I'm weeks away from marrying the love of my life, and I'm in the best relationship ever, and I just want to help anyone who's going through a breakup or trying to get over someone. Tip number 1, and arguably the best tip, is to make a list that you can read when you're sad of why this breakup is necessary from a positive perspective. When you go through a breakup, your brain gets very, very confused, and when it gets confused, it gets inflamed, which doesn't allow it to work properly, and you see an increase in negative thinking and also anxiety or just sadness in general. So if you can control your thoughts or help yourself out by making a list of positive things to read anytime that you get a sad thought or start feeling upset about the breakup, you are going to help yourself get to a better place faster. You're basically retraining your brain, so anytime that you have a sad thought, you're replacing it with a positive one and helping yourself out. When I wrote my list, I wrote things like, this breakup is necessary for me to heal and grow. I was not appreciated. I was not loved. That was not love. I made that up in my head, and I'm going to heal. It's okay to be sad right now, but I know it's the right choice. I'm choosing joy, hope, love, forgiveness instead of pain, jealousy, anger, rage. I chose how I wanted to feel, and I read that list over and over and over, literally created a habit of reading that list every time I got upset until my brain changed and I thought those things. The second tip is to replace your old habits with that person. So for example, if you're used to calling them when you get in the car after work, you need to replace that action with calling someone else. Because when you get in the car and you have that cue, right? In a habit, there's a cue, a routine, and a reward. It follows a cycle over and over. When you get in the car and you get that cue of, oh wait, I should call them, and you think about them and you're upset, the sooner that you replace that habit and change it to calling a friend or calling a sibling, the sooner you're going to help yourself heal from that habit and alter it. Look at your old habit loops with that person. For me, a really big one was texting them good morning and texting them good night and calling them in the car. So instead, I started texting my siblings or a friend when I went to bed or when I woke up in the morning, and it just really helped me heal and change that habit loop that I was so used to for 2 years. Tip number 3, and some of you aren't gonna like this, but trust me on it, is you have to unfollow and block them, their family members, whoever's gonna remind you. You don't have to block like their friends, but just unfollow them. Seeing your ex online can be an emotional trigger, and that can slow down your recovery and your healing. So you want to take control of that emotional trigger by eliminating it. Tip number 4 is to consciously not choose self-sabotaging techniques or behaviors like binge drinking or partying all the time or just laying in bed and moping for weeks on end. When you're going through a breakup, you're already going through so many emotions, you have more stress, and it does make it harder for you to make kind of positive decisions. And if you actively choose healthy coping mechanisms instead of ones that will hurt you, you will build resilience, you will build self-trust, and you will heal much faster. Tip number 5 is do not get under someone in the hopes of getting over someone. Research shows that rebound relationships can actually delay healing if you're using it as an avoidance to deal with what's going on. And from my personal opinion, I just don't think it's worth it. I think instead of focusing on someone else, that could just make you feel more anxious, more upset, just avoidant of what's actually happening. Tip number 6 is to use this opportunity as a chance to turn your pain into purpose and passion. You can truly use this experience to help you grow, to do inner work, to find yourself, to find new things that you love, to use that pain to motivate you, inspire you, instead of take you in the opposite direction. Next tip is to practice self-compassion instead of self-criticism, because sometimes when we go through a breakup, we let our negative thoughts spiral and we think, well, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not this, I'm not that one. That is not the reality. The reality is that that relationship didn't work, and that's okay. But instead of picking yourself apart, working with yourself through compassion is going to help you so much. Saying things like, I'm beautiful, I'm loved, I'm going to find someone that works for my life, that supports me, appreciates me, I'm so kind, I'm growing, this experience is so beautiful for me. Reframing those negative thoughts. The next tip is to start moving your body, even if it's just going on a little walk or during a workout, because working out, it helps so much from a science perspective. Exercise will literally boost your mood, which you might need a lot of going through a breakup, because it releases endorphins, serotonin, and BDNF, which is a protein that's linked to brain healing and mood regulation. All of these little tips and strategies helped me so much when I was going through my last toxic little breakup, and I truly healed in such a short amount of time and was able to then move forward, know my value, know my worth, find someone that matched that, and now I'm so happy in such a healthy, great relationship, and I'm getting married soon, and I just cannot wait. But I would not be here if I did not take the time to heal properly. I love you. I believe in you. You deserve to heal, and you deserve to find someone who appreciates you and loves you and is truly your partner. I've shared my list that I wrote and read multiple times a day after my breakup. If you guys want me to share that list again, I'm totally fine with it. I love reading it. It's just really cool to look back on now that I'm out of it. So just let me know. Anyway.
Yo, if you're a guy that's going through a heartbreak right now with the girl that you were with for a long time, I'm going to tell you how to not become the guy that's stuck on a heartbreak 2 years later. And if you are the person that is still that way years after a heartbreak, you should watch this video too. About 1.5 years ago, the girl that I was with for 4 years, that was my first everything, my first kiss, my first girl I had sex with, my first girl I went on a real date with. She cheated on me after 4 years of being together, and I didn't even know about it until 2 weeks later when I actually found out randomly. So I was with her for a long time. She broke my fucking heart, and I had to let her go. And I had to make sure that I didn't become the type of guy that's stuck on it forever. And I did. So now I'm going to tell you what to do. There's 4 things that you need to do over the span of the next 3 or 4 months that are going to drastically make you feel so much better and actually better let her go. The first thing you need to do is accept everything. You have to accept what she did to you. You have to accept the things you didn't do that you know you should have. You have to accept what she could have done and you don't know about. For my example, I had to accept that she fucked another dude. I had to accept that she lied to me to my face. I had to accept that I literally ate her out 4 days before I found out. So that means that she had sex with this guy a few days before I did that. I had to accept all of that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying it was easy. It actually hurt really bad, but I would constantly think about it and say, yes, I accept that. So first thing you need to do is accept everything that you know and don't want to be true. The second thing you need to do is journal. And the reason I'm so big on journaling is because I have like 20 journals in my closet right now that are full of a bunch of stuff. But the most important part of journaling that helped me the most was when I was actually journaling my thoughts and feelings about the situation with her. Because this is a way for you to actually release the emotions and thoughts inside that no one else really understands. The third thing you need to do that sounds really weird is sit down in your room and feel your emotions. But I don't mean just sit there and feel them like everyone else says. When you feel sadness come up, do not grab your phone to distract yourself. Do not turn on the game. Do not turn on the TV. Literally sit there and close your eyes and invite that feeling in. Something that I used to do when I was dealing with these emotions is I would imagine that I'm giving these things a hug. I would literally hug my emotions in my mind. Emotions really do just want to flow throughout your body. And when you're resisting emotions, you're literally creating a dam that's not allowing them to go through. So when you sit there and consciously invite them in, that dam goes down and they can flow and then they just dissolve. Now this doesn't make everything you feel go away, but it makes you feel so much better without avoiding what you feel. The fourth thing that you need to do that a lot of you guys are not going to like to hear is you have to forgive her. You have to forgive her for everything she did. You have to forgive her for breaking your heart. You have to forgive her for putting you in rock bottom. And more importantly than forgiving her, you have to forgive yourself too. Because I know what it's like to be the guy that sits there and thinks about all the things you did wrong that led to her cheating on you. Because no one just cheats on somebody. No one just randomly falls out of love. No one just loses respect for someone. That's true. But what's also true is that you didn't deserve what happened to you, so you have to forgive yourself. And then what's also true again is that you not forgiving her is only going to cause you pain. And to put it simply, the only person that feels the pain and resentment is the person who holds it. So those are 4 big things that I did for about 3 or 4 months that allowed me to feel so much better literally just a few months after breaking up with the girl I was with for 4 years. And now it's almost a year later and I don't think of her that often. And when I do, it's not attached to any negative emotion. It's just a thought just comes to mind of her because obviously certain things to remind me of her and here and there. I feel more purpose driven and I feel happier. And my confidence with girls has skyrocketed because I haven't let that baggage of emotion hold me back. I've let it go. So if you're a guy that's going through a heartbreak, you need to take this advice and use it. Because the last thing you want to do is be the guy that's still talking about his ex like I am a year and a half later. If I were you, I'd listen to this because I intentionally did the things that I know I should do to get through that heartbreak. And now I just want to share it with you.
This is breakup advice I wish I could tell my younger self. Breakups are low-key underrated. They clear your vision. The same breakups that I used to sob over, I am so grateful for now. Bestie, why would you want to be with someone who's able to leave you that easily? Yes, breakups break your heart, but they also raise your standards. And bestie, I know it's hard, but think of a breakup as figuring out what you really want from a relationship. No. I know it's breaking your heart, but it's also helping you realize that there is more for you out there. And I know breakups suck, but I've also never bonded with myself more than going through those breakups. Yes, it's breaking your heart, but it's also strengthening your relationship with you. And bestie, I know it doesn't feel like it, but whatever is making you cry right now, I guarantee you will laugh at later on. You're freaking beautiful, and I'm not gonna sit here while you're upset. Okay, bestie boo. Let me know if I should make another one. Mwah.
I recently ended my 2-year relationship with the person that I thought I was going to marry. And while I've been incredibly sad, it's been a really hard time. I want to explain this metaphor that I have been using to help me process like how I'm feeling about ending this relationship and ultimately holding out for the one that I truly believe is my person. So this is how I've been thinking about it. You want to buy a really nice purse. You know, maybe you're spending a couple grand on a purse, and you go and you try on a bunch of different purses and you find one that you absolutely fall in love with in store. It's like so cute. It goes with every single outfit, and you're trying it on without anything in it. And you're like, yes, this is like the perfect purse for me. And then you go to put your stuff in it, and you put your phone, your compact powder, your lip gloss, your keys, the kind of like things that you always have in your purse. And when you go to zip it up, it fits, but like that last zipper pull, you really have to like pull it over the compact powder and kind of like jiggle some things around. But it sure enough zips and fits, but it's a tight squeeze. Do you want to buy that purse knowing that eventually that zipper could drive you crazy? Maybe it won't, maybe it will. Maybe the zipper breaks, maybe it won't, but maybe it will. Or do you want to spend just a little bit more time looking for a purse that has that same wow factor you got from that initial try on, but also fits everything just a little bit better? So when you put your compact, your lip gloss, your keys, your phone in it, it zips up with ease, and you can just zip it right up, put it on, go about your day. And then another thing I've been adding on to this is like, sure, it may not always be able to fit everything because no relationship is perfect, no person is perfect. And maybe some nights you want to bring out your hand lotion and a nail polish bottle, and it's a tight fit when you try to put those in this purse that fits everything a little bit better. And you're kind of aware of it all night. It like just barely zips, and it's kind of a tougher night because you're like, ugh, things might fall out of my bag. But at the end of the day, it holds what you can't and don't want to leave the house without. Those are your values. Those are the fundamental like things that you want and need out of a relationship. And if those are met, everything else that needs to be added in or needs to be squeezed in can be worked through, in my opinion. That is how I've been looking at this. I wanted to share in case it helps anyone else. It does get better. I do know that for a fact. I've been through 2 heartbreaks now, and this will be my 3rd. So love that for me. But you know what? I am holding out hope that my person is out there, and it's gonna feel right with every ounce of my being. So hope that helps.
Advice for the dumper. Welcome back to Breakup Talk. I'm Lauren. I'm a therapist and have counseled people on both ends. Some people forget that people who do the dumping are allowed to have feelings too. Don't come for me. Just because you may know that it's the right decision does not mean that there are not also very complicated emotional experiences that go alongside that. So if you are someone who is doing the dumping, I would recommend first just really making sure that you've thought through all your options. Try to be transparent without being unkind about why you're ending the relationship. Sometimes I talk through with clients, there's information that is important to share when you're ending a relationship, but there's also like territory that can get into being extremely hurtful. Like if you feel like there's feedback that is necessary to share with them for a future relationship and like things that they need to work on with themselves, but if there's something about them that's not a good fit for you, like we don't necessarily have to describe what that thing is, especially if it's not a changeable or fixable thing. We want to make that very clear to that person. I would recommend trying to describe the issue within the relationship with very little room for reconsideration. Very clear language, not being vague, because those types of things can lead the other person to believe that there's hope in the future for getting back together. And then one thing to consider very strongly after the breakup is the idea of boundaries. If you are the one who ended the relationship, it is your responsibility to have strong boundaries. If you do want to be friends with this person eventually, neither of you can just transition into friendship, at least not immediately. The other person, if they didn't want this relationship to end, is going to want any part of you. Now, where it gets really tricky in the experience of attachment theory, we know that even if you were the one who ended the relationship, you may go through that period of longing and missing that person and have a lot of doubts and want to reach out. That would be something that I would strongly encourage, trying to stay strong, anchoring in the why you ended the relationship in the first place, and trying to push through that experience of perhaps your body being in pain and wanting to get you out of that pain by reaching out to that person. Leave the other person alone and let them heal, even if they are incessantly trying to reach out to you. And then the last thing I will say is you may be experiencing a lot of guilt for causing that other person pain, or for however you ended the relationship. Maybe you didn't end it in the kindest, most efficient, most therapeutic way, which most people don't. They just have to end a relationship and they do whatever they can do to get out of it. You don't have to feel guilty for ending something that wasn't working for you and for trying to find something that does work for you. If you did it in a way that doesn't feel values aligned, we just gotta have self-compassion, try to learn why we did that, try to look at our patterns, and then try to move forward with new ones. We can talk about the emotion of guilt in a whole nother video. That's just sort of my general thoughts and feelings about the person who is doing the dumping, and I hope this helps somebody out there who is doing that hard thing.